Hello everyone, David Lee here. A couple of weeks ago, I was invited to present about book publishing at the Google Energizer in Singapore. During the day-long Energizer, attendees got to develop an advocacy project. Basically a project where they can communicate a message or something that they're passionate about to a wide audience, making their voices heard. After brainstorming and identifying what they wanted to advocate for, they attended one of the advocacy labs, workshops that focused on a specific platform like podcasts, blogs, presentations, and online presence. Mine was on authorship. So in this video, I'd like to share what I presented during my session, basically what I learned through my process of writing my book. FYI, I'll be using the presentation I used during my session for this video. The link to the presentation is in the description. Also, I'm doing my first book giveaway to 5 lucky subscribers. I'll explain the rules of the giveaway at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's get started. So my authorship journey started with an email from Ulysses Press in August of 2017. I was blown away by this opportunity, an opportunity that I never thought I would get. And I was really hesitant to accept the offer because I had this huge fear when it comes to writing. During my school years, I was never able to get good grades in writing. During my college years, I remember trying my best and doing everything I could to improve my skills, even getting tutoring to improve my writing skills. I think my perception of my inability to write really stemmed from my mindset. Not getting good grades and not being seen or seeing myself as a natural gifted writer led me to have a fixed mindset, which led me to eventually fear writing. I still somewhat have that fear. For example, it takes me ages to just compose an email. There are times when I actually send that email draft to my wife to make sure that it's all good before I send it out. So when I got this request from the publisher, my first reaction was, no way, I can't do this. But then I started to realize that this would be a great project for me to improve my growth mindset. The belief that a person can increase their ability and intelligence through practice, energy, and persistence. Something I've been teaching my students for a while now. What better way to model growth mindset than for me to actually tackle a project that I was terrified of? I think what really helped me throughout this whole process of writing my book were the design thinking mindsets, growth mindset being one of them. Here are a few mindsets I used during this project. Bias towards action. This mindset basically encompasses Nike's slogan of just do it. It helped me to be action-oriented, quick to learn by doing, taking initiative. It was what helped me to put aside my fears and take the first steps in my writing journey. Human-centered. Being human-centered helped me to empathize with the people I was writing for. How can I make this book as useful as possible? How can I help teachers see the power of equipping students with this creative problem-solving toolkit? Chatting with teacher friends and with teachers at different conferences, I was able to identify teacher needs when it comes to education books. I realized that teachers want to read books, yes, that are inspiring, but also are practical, that have concrete examples. And hopefully these examples are from the author's actual experience in using the teaching approach. Every chapter I wrote, I made sure to empathize with these teachers. Now, besides these mindsets, there are other things I would recommend you having during your process of writing your book. Things that might be very obvious, but really help me out. First is the message. I truly believe that it will be very difficult to complete your project if it's something that you are not passionate about. There were so many instances where I wanted to quit, but it was the topic, it was the message that helped me to fight through those moments. I truly believe that design thinking can be transformative for students and the teachers who teach it. Your message needs to be something that you're excited about, that you want to share to the world. Something that makes you want to wake up in the morning and just start writing. Create an outline for your book. This helped me to see this huge daunting task in a new light by breaking it down into small, manageable chunks. Breaking down the book into chapters and then breaking them down into smaller sections made this intimidating task feel more attainable. And it also helped me to make sure that there was a logical flow to the book. Have a deadline. And I recommend creating one that is shorter than what you think is logical. So for example, if you think that it will take you 2 years to write a book, then make the deadline 1.5 years, or even maybe 1 year. For me, I think it was 6 months, a deadline that the publisher gave me. At the start, I thought that was way too short of a time frame, but I think that constraint actually helped me to work better and complete my project. I think if I was given a year or more, I would have procrastinated to the point where I wouldn't finish the project. I think that constraint, that pressure, helped me to complete my book and be more productive. Create a schedule. I had a dead set schedule that rarely changed. So during the weekdays, once I put my son to sleep, I would spend 2 or 3 hours at night writing my book. During the weekends, I would spend around 12 to 16 hours on my book. And that schedule did not change. I got so used to the schedule that it actually made me uncomfortable if I wasn't writing at those times. The hard part is to make it routine, but once you have that, it gets a lot easier. Writing space. Find a place that you are most productive. For me, it was majority of the time Starbucks. Because there were a lot of people around, but no one to really interact with. I couldn't write at home because I didn't like being stuck in my room because there was a sense of me kind of missing out on the fun during the weekends. At Starbucks, having people around kind of took that feeling away. Strange, but it actually made me more productive. So find that writing space that makes you more productive. Mentor or buddy. Huge shout out to Graham Willard for being that mentor for me during this whole process. He has a background in publishing, so he had a wealth of knowledge and advice for me. But also, I think the most important thing, he kept me accountable. So make sure you have that mentor or a buddy who can keep you on the right track and guide you. And finally, feedback. Create an outline, send it to as many people as possible. Write a chapter, send it out. Basically, get as much feedback as possible because when you're writing, you are in your own head. You are in your own bubble. Getting feedback, you hear different perspectives, things that you would have never thought of. That is valuable feedback that can be used to improve your work. Fail fast to learn faster. Don't give out your work once the book is done. Instead, get feedback throughout the whole process. So after explaining all my tips to the attendees at my session, I gave out the graphic organizer basically to help kickstart their book project. The link to that resource is in the description as well. Finally, I talked about how I've been promoting my book through online platforms, like my Instagram account, YouTube channel, my website, and most recently, my book giveaway. Speaking of giveaways, here's how you can enter to win my book. First, you will need to follow me on Instagram at DavidLeeEdTech and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Next, on my Instagram account, you will find this post. On this post, comment and tag 3 of your educator friends. That's it. That's all you have to do. You do have to be 18 years old or older and have a US address so I can send the book to you. The giveaway ends on October 18th, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on the giveaway, check out the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that some of these tips and advice will be very helpful when you embark on your authorship journey. Of course, please check out my book, Design Thinking in the Classroom, and contact me if you or your school is interested in any support or consulting services on how to integrate technology and design thinking meaningfully. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Until next time, peace.